Hello, hello, hello. It's Knits for Sanity, and welcome to my holiday celebration. This is my Zesty Advent calendar, and today I will be doing days 16 and 17. This is, again, just because I have been ill, and I've had to combine a couple of days, including I had to do 14 and 15 together, but hopefully I am starting to feel much, much better, and I am very hopeful that after today, we will be able to return to our normal pace of a video a day while I complete this Advent calendar. So, thank you for joining me today, and let's get started. So day 16 is way up here, so I'm actually going to turn my calendar around and work on it upside down. Typically what I do with my Zesty Advent calendar, or part of my holiday celebration, is I share different personal holiday stories. Oh no, we got, there we go. And like I said, I've been feeling a little under the weather lately. Today I am definitely doing better. I don't know how long my voice will hold out. So I kind of really wanted to just do a holiday check-in. You know, how are all of you doing? Where are you all at with your shopping for whichever holiday it is that you may celebrate this time of year? And even, you know, how are you guys doing emotionally? I know the holidays do bring up a lot of sometimes not so good memories and emotions. And I know that. Quite often there is a lot of grief that goes along with the holidays. And I want to take a moment and acknowledge that. For those of you who are maybe watching this and feeling very left out because you see everyone around you, or what feels like everyone around you celebrating and having an absolutely wonderful time and looking forward to all these get-togethers, I see you. I know you're there. I know you're struggling for whatever reason, and I just want you to know that you are being acknowledged, and I hope that there is still some joy that you can be found this season, and I hope that you get to experience some kindness too this year. So I just wanted to take a brief moment and mention that. For me, the holidays do tend to still be a pretty uplifting time. It is definitely filled with its own history of struggles. The last day that I ever saw one of my grandmas alive was Christmas Day. My other grandma, the last day I saw her alive was Thanksgiving, actually. And then my closest uncle very unexpectedly passed away on Christmas Day a number of years ago now. And so I get it. Sometimes the holidays are a bit marred with some not so pleasant things. Or maybe you don't have family. Maybe you're not close to any of your family. I understand that too. So again, I just wanted to take a quick minute to acknowledge all of that and those of you out there who may be struggling right now. All right. But now, let's talk about some of the more, I want to say fun aspects of the holidays, but I'm not so sure. How are you guys coming along with your gift purchases? Like I said, you want to say fun? Like, I love getting gifts for people. I mean, I love giving gifts. It's one of my favorite things to do in life. And I love being able to take the time and plan out the perfect gift to get for people. And it's one of my passions. It's one of the things that I really love doing. But when it comes to the holidays, it can be, and generally always is, still very overwhelming because of the number of gifts that you're getting for people. And I hate that I can't always spend the necessary time trying to get that perfect gift for everybody on my list. That bothers me because I like I said, I like to try and really think it through and just come up with that perfect item. And when it comes to the holidays and all of the shopping that needs to be done, that's just not always feasible. So that kind of bothers me. But the good news is, I think as of this morning, I think I'm done shopping. And provided everything I ordered online makes it in here, makes it to me on time, I think I'm good to go. So that is a bit of a relief. Especially, I have 4 kids that I'm shopping for, plus, the rest of my family and stuff. But it's your own kids that are always, that's the one that I feel like you're always sweating. You always want to make sure that you have what you need, that every kid is getting approximately equal number of things. And I think after this morning, I am there. I hope. What I have to do yet is take out everything that I have and then pull up so I can actually see pictures of everything that I have coming yet, just to make sure that I have all the kids covered appropriately. But I really think I'm good. However, you might hear from me next week spazzing out because, oh my goodness, I forgot this person, or I totally forgot about this. But I'm hoping not. Of course, then comes the other part of that whole gift shopping part. Now you have to do the gift wrapping part. There was a time in my life when I enjoyed wrapping presents. I miss those days because those were back in the days when I only had to wrap presents for, just a handful of people. And it was just like one gift per person. Now I have 4 children. And like I've said before, I condense their gifts if I have to. Like if one kid is only getting 3 presents because one of those gifts is a rather expensive gift, I do always work it out so that the kids get the same number of boxes every year to open. But sometimes that's 4 or 5 presents, boxes that I have to wrap per kid. And if that's 5 per kid and I have 4 kids, that's just 20 presents right there that I have to wrap. Plus, I wrap for everybody else, my sisters, my nephews, my niece, my parents, my father-in-law. I mean, there's some friend gifts. So it's the wrapping that gets me. And it's the wrapping that ends up coming in that last minute thing. That's my last minute holiday rush, is getting all of the wrapping done. I love giving the gifts. I'm not keen on the wrapping. Let me know what you guys think. What do you, are there those of you, those amazing, wonderful people on here who enjoy wrapping presents? And what are your tips and tricks? Like, do you have a way to make it easier and more enjoyable? Let me know, because I could use the advice. Just, oh, there were some more question marks. Oh, dang nabbit. Well, I'll get back to those. Yes, I could definitely use some advice in this category. So please leave me a comment with whatever your tips and tricks are. I would appreciate that. Otherwise, one thing that I mentioned in the past is what I do for my kids is, yes, they get the same number of gifts every year for Christmas, but then I also kind of disguise their gifts. I mean, not disguise, but they each get their own distinctive wrapping paper every year. And I had mentioned that I had to buy more wrapping paper. Well, the other night when my husband and I were out for our date night, we bought wrapping paper. I'm not especially pleased with it this year, but given the fact that the kids have been sick and I have been sick and it was kind of getting down to the wire, I think it's going to work. So what I ended up doing this year for the theme was wrapping paper that reflects a early childhood obsession for each of my kids, or love for my kids, thinking, specifically like popular television shows or characters. So my youngest is still quite little. So he's still only 7 years old. So he fits in that young child category yet. So his is Spider-Man wrapping paper because he really loves Spider-Man. Although Captain America is his favorite superhero, but there was no Captain America wrapping paper, but there was Spider-Man, and he loves Spider-Man probably just about as much as Captain America. So that will be his wrapping paper. And in case you're wondering, my kids don't watch these videos. Then my youngest daughter, obviously for her, if there were Muppet wrapping paper, that would always be the go-to no matter what. But Muppet wrapping paper is very hard to come by, and when you do, it's very expensive. So Muppet was not an option, quite obviously. I mean, I don't even know if I've ever seen Muppet wrapping paper at like your regular old supermarket. Certainly not in recent years at all. But they did have Minions, and she really loved those Minions. So did, originally that was what we were going to get for Havelock, was the Minion wrapping paper, because he also loves those Minions. But then we struggled with finding something else for Evie. So it ended up with Evie getting the Minions because she also was big into the Minions, and Havelock gets Spider-Man. So she is getting Minion wrapping paper. And then the whole point is Christmas morning, they have to try and figure out whose is whose. And so if you throw in a couple of obvious ones, and there are a couple of obvious ones, then that will kind of help with figuring out the two that maybe aren't quite as obvious, like the Minions. So, like initially the kids might think, oh, Havelock must be Minions. But then they see Spider-Man and it will be very obvious. No, Havelock has to be Spider-Man. Well, then who could be Minions? And they'd probably guess Veda or Evie. But then they would see Veda's paper, which is Hello Kitty themed, because she loved Hello Kitty when she was little. And they'd know, oh, nope, Veda is Hello Kitty. Therefore, Evie is probably Minions. And of course, I give confirmation after they do all of their guessing. I don't let them dig into gifts that are not actually their presents. And then for my oldest, we did Mickey Mouse wrapping paper because she was obsessed with Mickey Mouse Clubhouse when she was in preschool. Now, I don't know if she's going to remember that though, because that was a very long time ago when she was very young. So I don't know. We'll see. It'll be interesting to see if she puts it together, if she doesn't necessarily remember herself loving Mickey Mouse Playhouse, but possibly recalling me telling her about that. And the hot dog dance. And oh yeah, she loved Mickey Mouse Playhouse. So we'll see. We'll see if she puts that together on her own. I don't know. And she might figure it out just based on, like I said, what everyone is getting. So every year I do like this little mystery with the wrapping paper. Last year I had it more themed toward their like personal interests. And in years past, I've had it themed toward their woodland animal. Every kid had like a woodland animal when they were born. And that's what like a lot of their clothes and blankets and room decor were. And so then that was having to remember what their woodland animal was. And that would, of course, just be based off from what mom and dad or older siblings may have said to them. So, every year I try and make it something a little bit different. So this year it was thinking like television show, movie, screen character type figures. Do you guys do anything like that? Or is that just totally a weird thing that I have come up with? I don't know. I think it's fun. I try and do different things. just, different things just to keep things interesting and fun every year. Things that I hope my children remember one day, but I don't know. This year I've fallen flat on doing our elf, Brooklyn. And I've talked about her. Our elf on the shelf is named Brooklyn. And I have totally fallen flat. I have not even written a single letter this year. It's just been busier than normal. I've taken on more wrestling responsibilities. I actually now have a second YouTube channel. It's not meant to be like my channel, but right now it is. I mean, it's registered to me. And it's just for wrestling videos. They're all unlisted playlists of the kids on the wrestling team. But that has been me having to upload all of these videos and then, get them into the right playlists. And then I share the playlists via Google Classroom. So that's been a lot of work. But once this initial setup is done, Veda should be able to take it all over herself. Like, she's done some of the editing and stuff on the videos. It was just this initial because I had to get verified for the YouTube channel, and that's something that she can't do. And I have to teach her how to do all of that with YouTube. So that's been a lot of unexpected work. And then the fact that I decided to do these advent calendars and to have 2 sets of advent calendars going throughout the month, that was a lot for me to bite off. And I knew that it would be, but I was really excited about it. And I still am. I really enjoy doing it. It's just been a lot, a lot. So poor Brooklyn has not written a single letter. And if it were not for my daughter Veda moving her around every night so that, she doesn't stay in the same spot all season long, my poor son would really be for lack of elf involvement this year. So it's been a little bit more chaotic this year than what I feel like it has been in other years for me. And largely it's YouTube. Not just, like I said, it's not just doing this. I love doing the wrestlers too. I'm kind of a wrestling mom, I guess. And, I know all those kids on the team, and I love them. They're great kids, and I want to support the team. They've been so good to my daughter. So I enjoy helping the team out too. So it's not even stuff that I don't like. It's stuff that I truly do like, and I enjoy and I want to do. It's just been a lot. So it's been a little more crazy and chaotic than it has been in the past. And that happens, and lesson learned, and some things I'm very hopeful will improve on their own. Like I said, my daughter, after this initial setup with the team, wrestling season, tournaments start in December. So last week was our first week with tournaments, and I really think that after this initial setup with everything, Veda will be able to take it over. She is the manager. It's her job. So that should be one thing that is then released from my duties. Next year, I don't know what I'll do for Advents. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see what happens, what comes around for next year. If you guys have opinions on that, I'd love to hear them. So yeah, but I'm getting there. Like I said, I think my Christmas shopping is now done. I do have to remember, I need to get hold of my father-in-law yet to discuss hopeful Christmas Eve plans. And I've talked about this in the past. I'm not sure what time we're actually going to be able to head down there. That makes planning for food for dinner kind of difficult. So I need to talk with him yet and figure out what it is that he has in mind, what he would like to do. And then I also have to think of food for my family get together, like my side of the family, Christmas Day, after early afternoon is when we head down. So there's still stuff that needs to be done. Oh, Christmas cards. Last night I did manage to get most of my Christmas cards filled out and sent out this morning. I do still have several left. Probably maybe 15 left that I need to do. So that still has to get done. Teacher gifts, I'm waiting for them to still arrive. I ended up doing Cheryl's cookies, if you are familiar with Cheryl's cookies. And I went and I found like the best deal that Cheryl's cookies had available right now and bought that with enough for every teacher to get a cookie. But then I need to do little Christmas cards with each of those too, probably at this point, probably just a quick sign, thanks for teaching my kid type thing. And actually I could take those along to wrestling tournaments too, to fill out. So I have those teacher gifts yet. Oh no. Oh no. My son wanted to do something for his dance teachers. Oh, bummer. And those cookies won't be here in time for his dance teachers. I don't think anyway. I'll double check, but I don't think I'm getting those until Tuesday, which means the kids only have Wednesday to give them all to their teachers. Oh, guys, I should stop talking because I'm starting to feel stressed out again as I think more and more about things that I need to do. Oh, okay. Well, so this is good. This is all these reminders of things that's like, oh, that's right. I still have to do this. I still have to do that. And if those cookies don't come in time, do I have a backup plan? Well, not really. The teachers are all just going to get a Christmas card from me. But then I feel like if they're only getting a Christmas card from me, I should probably write more in it than just happy holidays, my family. Oh, then I feel like I should at least make the Christmas cards personalized. But that takes even more time. Oh, boy. So, yeah, and here's the thing. I can hear some of you, and I can hear you guys saying, you don't need to do any of that, and it's for sanity. None of that is required. You're right. It's not. And I know that, but I like doing it. I like being able to show my appreciation for people. I want teachers to know that they are very appreciated by me and by my children, even when sometimes the children maybe, aren't feeling too kindly about a teacher, but that's generally my child's fault and not the teacher's fault. It's just really, really important to me to acknowledge all of these people in my life. So you're right. I don't have to do any of this, but I want to do it. I want to do it all. Oh, I am certain a lot of you can relate. All right. Well, guys, this has gotten to be pretty lengthy. My throat is definitely hurting. Let me know. What are some of your last minute holiday struggles going on? Please comment for me. Help me feel a little bit better. And I hope this didn't bore you too terribly. It was really just me rambling about where I'm at in my own holiday prep and planning. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fast forward. When I get done with square 16, I will stop and show you that square, and then I will move on to square 17, which is over here. So sit back, relax, listen to some tunes, and I'll see you in just a couple of minutes.
It's Christmas time. Grab your coat, it's getting cold. Just look at the falling snow. There's season's greetings, happy meetings, oh, and a little bit of mistletoe. They're decorating the Christmas tree with a star up top for you and me. Can you hear the sleigh bells? It's what would be like that. The sound of sleigh bells on reindeer only come this time of year. With Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, and Vixen, run, run, Rudolph, all you will be missed when Santa Claus gets his paws on his red sleigh. When his elves clear the shouts, he'll go flying on his merry way. He's spreading joy all along the ride, all around the world in one night. Can you hear the sleigh bells?
I'm back. Look at day 16. Oh, we are back to super cute squares. I love this snowman. Looks like he is having himself a little celebration with the snow coming down. This is a fantastic square. All right, I'm going to move on to day number 17 over here, and I will see you at the end of that one.
On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a partridge in a pear tree. On the second day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 2 turtle doves and a partridge in a pear tree. On the third day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the fourth day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the fifth day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the sixth day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 6 geese a-laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the seventh day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 7 swans a-swimming, 6 geese a-laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the ninth day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 9 ladies waiting, 8 maids a milking, 7 swans a swimming, 6 geese a laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 10th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 10 lords a leaping, 9 ladies waiting, 8 maids a milking, 7 swans a swimming, 6 geese a laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 11th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 11 pipers piping, 10 lords a leaping, 9 ladies waiting, 8 maids a milking, 7 swans a swimming, 6 geese a laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 12 drummers drumming, 11 pipers piping, 10 lords a leaping, 9 ladies waiting, 8 maids a milking, 7 swans a swimming, 6 geese a laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree, and a partridge in a pear tree.
I'm back. Look at day 17. See, that's really cute again. I will say, I think doing this calendar again, and maybe just changing, like, say, keep the same calendar, do it for another year, but change the color palette. Next year, try a different set of colors. And it doesn't even need to be like traditional red, green, white kind of, just another palette of colors. And I think that would make it really fun and would make this Advent reusable, if you will. I would consider maybe changing for sure day 15. But otherwise, I have loved every day of this calendar. So there's 16 again, cute snowman, 17, awesome Christmas tree. So there you go, guys. I hope you join me again for day 18, and I'm hoping that by day 18, I'll be pretty much back to normal. Excuse me. Anyway, like I always say, please practice kindness, especially around the holidays. You don't know what people are going through. And I hope that you are having a wonderful day. I hope that you're having a blessed holiday season, and I will see you again real soon.